3 years ago, Daniel was barely surviving. He owned a small home repair business. He fixed leaking pipes, repaired broken fences, painted houses, and took whatever jobs he could find. Most weeks he struggled to pay his bills, but through all of it, one person stayed by his side, his girlfriend, Sarah. They had been together for years. When Daniel had nothing, she stayed. When jobs were scarce, she encouraged him. And when he talked about building a better life, she believed him. One rainy evening, after a long day of work, Daniel noticed a little girl sitting alone beside the road. She couldn't have been older than 10. Her face was covered in tears. A group of older children had been bullying her, laughing at her, mocking her, humiliating her. Most people walked past. Daniel didn't. He bought her food, sat beside her, and before leaving, he said something she would never forget. One day, the people hurting you won't matter. For the first time all evening, the little girl smiled, then quietly walked away. Daniel never saw her again. Or so he thought. That night, he had a strange dream. A beautiful woman stood before him. She seemed familiar, but he couldn't explain why. Before disappearing, she said, "The business card in your kitchen drawer, the one you forgot about. Call him tomorrow at 9:17 a.m. Daniel woke up confused. He almost laughed. Then he opened an old drawer, and there it was. A business card from a property manager he had met months earlier. At exactly 9:17 a.m., Daniel called. 2 weeks later, he landed the biggest contract of his life. He couldn't stop thinking about the dream. A few months later, the woman appeared again. This time she said, "The house on Willow Street. Take the job." Daniel frowned. He already knew the job. The pay was terrible. The drive was long. And it wasn't worth his time. The next morning, Sarah looked at the estimate and shook her head. "Why would you take that? You'll barely make anything." Daniel agreed, but something about the dream bothered him, so he accepted the job anyway. When he arrived, he discovered the homeowner was an elderly woman who owned several rental properties. She loved his work. A few days later, she referred him to her brother, then her neighbors, then a local property manager. Within months, Daniel was handling maintenance for dozens of properties. His business exploded. The dreams continued, and every time the woman appeared, she was right. Within 2 years, Daniel's life completely changed. His small business became a company. He hired workers, won major contracts, bought a beautiful house, and started living the kind of life he once thought was impossible. At first, Sarah was happy. After all, she had suffered through the struggle with him. Now she was finally enjoying the rewards, the vacations, the luxury restaurants, the beautiful home, the financial security. But slowly, something changed. The more successful Daniel became, the more suspicious Sarah became. Every female employee became a problem. Every female client became a threat. Every business meeting became an argument. At first, Daniel laughed it off. Then the arguments became weekly, then almost daily. No amount of reassurance seemed enough. One night after another argument, the mysterious woman appeared again, but this time her expression was different, sad, almost worried. She looked directly at Daniel and said, "I'm coming to see you." Daniel woke up confused. What did that even mean? 3 days later, he was waiting for Sarah at an upscale restaurant. Then a woman approached his table, beautiful, elegant, and strangely familiar. She smiled at him as if she already knew him. Before Daniel could speak, Sarah arrived and instantly assumed the worst. The restaurant fell silent. Sarah accused the woman of trying to steal her boyfriend. The woman tried to explain. Sarah wouldn't listen. Then she grabbed her drink and threw it directly into the woman's face. Gasps filled the room, but Sarah wasn't done. She screamed, insulted her, and during the chaos, tore part of her dress before security rushed in. The woman never fought back. She simply looked at Daniel, heartbroken, then quietly walked away. That night, Daniel and Sarah had the worst fight of their relationship. For hours, they argued. Daniel couldn't understand why she had reacted that way. Sarah insisted she was protecting their relationship. When Daniel finally drifted off, the woman appeared in his dream one final time. Tears filled her eyes. "I came to see you." Daniel felt his heart stop. Before he could ask a single question, she whispered, "Goodbye," and vanished. The next morning, Daniel sat alone, replaying everything in his mind. Then suddenly, he remembered the little girl, the one sitting beside the road years ago, the one who had been mocked, humiliated, and left crying while everyone ignored her. The same eyes, the same smile, the same expression. For the first time, Daniel wondered if they had been the same person all along, but he would never know because she never returned. At first, nothing happened. Business continued as normal. Weeks passed. Then small things started going wrong. The company didn't collapse overnight. It faded slowly. First came fewer clients, then fewer contracts, then fewer employees. The luxury vacations disappeared. The expensive restaurants stopped. The beautiful house was sold. And before long, Daniel found himself right back where he started, driving from house to house, fixing leaking pipes, repairing broken fences, taking whatever jobs he could find. The only difference was that this time, he knew what he had lost. And perhaps the saddest part of all, Sarah lost it too. The life they had struggled for, the success they had built together. In the end, the thing that destroyed their life together wasn't another woman. It was the fear that there might be one. And through it all, the woman never returned. Psychologists call this threat perception bias. When insecurity takes control, people begin seeing enemies where none exist. Jealousy distorts reality. Fear clouds judgment. And sometimes the things we are most afraid of losing are the very things our actions destroy. But what do you think? Who was the mysterious woman? And was she really the little girl Daniel helped all those years ago? The mind always leaves clues. Most people just never learn how to read them. Follow Mind Decoded for more stories that reveal the hidden psychology behind human behavior.